Hello, everybody. Hi, MARYAM. Nice to meet you. She was acting like this.
My outfit is risque.
And as usual, the late comers.
You see, I respect them not showing up and give me an attitude. Chioma does not show up today. Carolyn will not show up.
So guys, if you ever thought this beef was over with, you all think again. Because this time, it looks like this beef just got a little bit louder. Okay, guys, so we are in for another long ride with these ladies. This was a very dramatic episode. I'm not even going to lie about that. So guys, we literally saw a lot of beef in the air. We saw a lot of Cold War. Even though there were some fake smiles all around, we could still tell there is tension in the air. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to be giving you the whole gist on what happened in this particular episode, and you definitely want to stick around here to get the full gist. If you're new to the space, thank you for stopping by. My name is Juliuche. You're welcome to another update here. The weather here has been very, very bad. We've been having a lot of downtimes because of bad weather. It's been terrible. If you live in Africa and you guys are experiencing the rain and floods, you guys, you probably know why my videos have been missing. And this is probably coming in late. So away from the excuses and apologies, let's get into this gist. But before we go into this gist, guys, if you're new to the space, please click on the subscribe button right now to be a part of this community. We talk about reality shows and of course share real-time stories, trending topics, social issues and all that kind of thing. Turn on the post notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. Every time a new video drops, you get a lot of them. So guys, let me give you the gist. You guys know I like to take it, like tell you the whole full story. So you guys remember the last episode we had was this girls, ladies, hot mamas, those housewives actually, you know, sitting pretty in their hotel rooms, waiting to chill, have fun. So eventually we saw them playing this game, right? And the game was truth or dare. And then we saw Tony asking this very interesting question. And the question was to Caroline, what happened to your marriage? And Caroline was really pissed. She felt insulted, you know, and she said she was not interested in answering that question, that she respected the privacy of her husband and respects him because he supports her. So basically, there were a lot of fire questions. I mean, I don't know, but for some reason, it just looks like Tony and MARYAM came with a plan A. And the plan A was to just make these women very uncomfortable. So guys, I forgot to mention before this meeting started properly, MARYAM actually walked into the room. And when MARYAM walked into the room, guys, it was all tensed up. Like, it was tensed up big time. I mean, MARYAM could notice the cold shoulders. I mean, she literally complained that Caroline gave her like a fake shake that she didn't really accept, and she talked about it. So the game went on, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, Tony and MARYAM were really bitchy. Like, they actually had to use the bitchy word on Caroline a couple of times, and I was like, why? So it looked like we now have a clique in the Real Housewives of Lagos. Like, really, like, if I were to mention this clique, I'm going to say the cliques we have right now, we have Tony and MARYAM as a clique. You guys know that Chioma's party was a +1 party where everybody had to come with their friends, and so everybody came with their friends. So it was more like MARYAM got introduced properly as a cast member as they were having this game. And so it was just like so many B words being exchanged, and MARYAM really like, I couldn't get over this thing MARYAM said when she said this, guys. Listen up.
A day to just kiss my ass.
So MARYAM actually said it, and guys, to our surprise, we actually saw Chioma kiss her. Like, I literally thought Chioma was not going to do that, but it was quite hilarious to see that. MARYAM definitely has the B power more than all these ladies. So after that, it was more very interesting games, and then it was literally it. It was legit that all the ladies looked like they were drunk. So we actually saw the next day, we saw Chioma planning how the day was going to go. She went to visit the ladies in their rooms. But guys, one of the most awkward things that happened in that visit was Chioma walking into Laura's room, and then they were talking in a cool, cold manner. Guys, the laughter, the fake smiles, it was legit. It was more like we were watching a movie. Like, these two decided to just read a script for us, like read a script to themselves, and this so-called friendship. So we literally just saw them vibing, and then there was this invitation to have an outdoor event, like a picnic settings. And then we also saw, while this was going on, we saw a conversation between MARYAM and Tony. And for some reason, Tony said she felt very drunk from the previous night and that she wasn't going to be able to make it for the outdoor event that day. And one interesting thing that happened was, while they were going out, Tiana actually represented Tony. So it was still like a +1 party. Nobody was missing. All of this women, 5 women supposedly, came with a partner. So it was like 10. It was like a big group hangout. And then they had this car racing. Tiana beat everybody to the game. Laura was doing pretty well, but Tiana just beat them, and it was quite interesting. Moving forward, guys, we now saw, after this whole scene, now there was during the time they spent at the hotel, now we now saw this episode where it looked like there was like real cool bonding, mysterious kind of bonding between MARYAM and Laura, because we actually saw Laura move closer to MARYAM. They had chit-chat, and she was explaining herself, explaining the situationship, why she got angry and all that. And for some reason, I really still, I think in this particular episode, we kind of finally realized what the real beef between Chioma and Laura is. And seriously, that beef is just a very simple beef. Because at the end of the day, when Laura was explaining herself, she literally left out mentioning Caroline in the whole thing. Like, she literally said she had more beef with Chioma than Caroline. And I kept wondering how and why. How did this quarrel and fight move away from Caroline? And I mean, guys, seriously, how did this quarrel and fight move away from Caroline and just landed on Choma's head? Like, if you guys can explain this, let me know in the comment section. I don't know what this beef with this man. It's just very, very hilarious. Guys, anyways, we saw some close bonding, girly chats, and afterwards, so definitely we saw an alliance between Laura and MARYAM. And with this new alliance, trust me, guys, there is going to be beef coming in big time. So right now, I think I would like to mention the cliques that we currently see in the Real Housewives of Lagos. And the cliques are as following. Right now, you all know that it looks like Tony has a serious beef with Caroline. Yes, it is very obvious. And then it looks like Laura has a very strong beef with Chioma. Guys, this beef is going to be a long thing. So right now, it just looks like Laura's team is poking on Chioma's team. So in Chioma's team, you guys already know the team. It looks like Chioma's team is just Chioma and Caroline. And then in Laura's team, we have Tony. And guys, it looks like MARYAM might be the middle woman. We don't know how that is going to go. But from the clips we saw, of the bureau we saw for the next episode, we literally saw that, at the end of the day, everybody left the Abuja trip, and they landed in a space where we saw these 4 ladies seated. Laura actually invited them over to have discussions on her fashion business and all that, week program, event, something like that. And, we saw sitting pretty Iyabo, I think, had made it back from her trip. And she had some new veneer teeth. Like, you guys know what veneer is. She had her teeth done. And she was looking good. Everybody was complimenting her. And there was just this beef. Like, Tony just let it out. So Tony let it out and saying that, you know what? Caroline is follow. It's Caroline that is following Chioma. I'm like, okay, is that really true? I would have said Chioma is following Caroline. But I think it's the beef this ladies have for Caroline that is making them say that Caroline is following Chioma instead of saying that Chioma is following Caroline. Because I think that is the truth. I just feel like Caroline is just that person who doesn't really like these ladies and would like to stay away. So anyways, the funny part of the whole story was we saw these 4 ladies hanging out. Tony, Laura, MARYAM, who else was there? I think there were 4 of them, yeah. And clearly the 2 women that were not there, that were supposed to be there, was Caroline and Chioma. So, when Toyin chipped in that it looks like Caroline is doing follow, Iyabo decided to call Chioma because she's cool with Chioma and said she would like to hear for herself. So she called Chioma, and Chioma explained that she was still in Abuja. She was heading back to Lagos, that she actually had her auntie or somebody had a birthday and all that. But she said she was definitely going to try to make it if she makes it to Lagos on time, which obviously we know probably ended up not being true because we haven't watched that full episode. So we'll probably get to see in the next episode what really went down. But the truth is very glaring. The glaring truth is there is strong beef. And the fight right now is Toyin versus Caroline. Laura versus Chioma. We're waiting for the SummerSlam, and guys, we just saw the look on Laura's face. Laura was really legit mad. Guys, I even forgot to mention about the dinner party they had in the Abuja evening event, and then they were saying 2 truths and 2 lies, that game where they say a truth and say a lie about somebody. We actually saw that this women ended up where they were defending themselves. We saw Laura we actually saw Toyin defending Laura. We saw Chioma defending Caroline and vice versa. But when it came to Laura's part, like when it came to Laura listening to Chioma defending Caroline, the facial expressions, everything was just like, oh God, these women are really ridiculous, hilarious if I would mention. So it's just been a lot of ups and downs with these women. It is legit. So we don't really know if at the end of it, because according to Laura, Chioma and Caroline will not come. And she said something. She said, if Chioma is not coming, Caroline is not coming. If Caroline is not coming, Chioma is not coming. So she actually knows that they are a clique already. So, of course, we obviously know the clique now is Chioma and Caroline are a clique. We obviously know that Toyin and Laura are a big time clique. Nobody's going to separate these two. Like, it looks like it. So I think they didn't come for that show. They eventually stood up Laura. I mean, guys, if you guys have been following this conversation, you know that Chioma has the first person who hosted the event was actually Toyin. After Toyin hosted them, Iyabo did the hosting, and then we saw Chioma hosting. And guys, I felt like, everybody's supposed to come and attend everybody's event. So seeing that Laura is hosting, like something we've all been waiting for, and they didn't show up, like, okay. So anyways, we actually saw that at the end of the day, MARYAM looks like she's still the middle woman she is. We actually saw her having a conversation with Chioma, and, maybe it's for Laura's real fashion show. So from the trailer, we tell that there might be another meeting, and this time it is sure that Caroline and maybe Chioma will come. But from all the clips that we got, it's very, very obvious that for this particular event, some people were uninvited, and maybe, I don't know, but there's just going to be a lot of drama coming up in the upcoming series. Guys, let me know your thoughts about this women. What do you see when you see this women? The fakeness is legit loud. Guys, this is literally everything that went down. I'll definitely do an upload and also share some hidden insights in the show. But you guys, take it for what it is. This was part of the things that happened in the Real Housewives of Lagos, and I'm gonna see you all in another video. For now, thank you so much for your watch time. Bye bye, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao, guys.